Okay, so what kind of situation do we currently have on CAD JPY? Now, from a daily perspective, we have a market that clearly is rejecting a very strong support area. It was resistance here, turned support here, the market respected it, again, respected the zone here. So from a daily perspective, it's immediately clear that we have very strong support at this area. We go up on the weekly. What kind of situation we currently have from a weekly perspective? Now, on the weekly time frame, clearly we have a market that had created a nice W formation. And after W formation, what do you expect? You expect the market to show you a retracement, specifically if the completion zone of the W formation is such a strong structure area that was acting as resistance here, support here, against support here, and all this structure is now structure resistance at this area. And that is why we wanted to see the market make the move to the downside from this zone. So it's pretty clear that from here we definitely wanted to see the market make the move to the downside. Now, let's go and see what we have at the moment from a daily perspective. If we look at the patterns, we have a market that went down, try to make a retracement, try to continue lower, and now the market is rejecting the support that we have already identified at the beginning of the analysis. Now, if from here the market will continue lower, there isn't much opportunity. Why? Because anyway, here we have strong support, so we can't be looking for a short very near to a support level because we wouldn't have good probabilities or good risk to reward. However, if from here we will see the market make a nice move to the upside, then at that point we have a pretty good probability scenario, and I will now speak about it. But first, let's go and see what we have from a COT perspective, so commitment of traders, what big banks and institutions are currently doing on the CAD and on the JPY. Now, if we check the CAD, what we can see that CAD has been getting quite weak in the long term, going from plus 38k net positions to minus 25k net positions, with our shorts getting closed lately. So what does it mean? It means that in the long term, we have seen CAD getting weak, but in the short term, we have seen an increase in the net positions from minus 33k to minus 25k with shorts closing. So we can expect a short-term CAD strength. And let's go and see what we have from a JPY perspective. On the JPY, we can clearly see that we have seen a JPY get very, very strong from minus 56 to plus 22. So from having way more shorts than longs to having way more longs than shorts from an institutional perspective on the JPY. However, with the last reports, we have seen longs closing. Now, currently the exposure is 33.9% long and 16.5% short. So if we go back, to see what we have on our CAD JPY chart, how we will be approaching this with students. If the market will actually manage to make the move to the upside, then at that point, there is where we will have the best probability and best risk to reward. If from here the market will just melt, as I said, we're not interested. But if the market will make the move to the upside, then here is where we will have the best probabilities and best risk to reward for an opportunity, for a shorting opportunity actually to the downside, to this previous resistance, not turn support, aka the completion zone of this W formation. So with students, after this impulse, we will be monitoring price action on the 4-hour time frame inside of this area, waiting for the market to shift from a bullish market to a bearish market, and waiting for the market to provide to us one of our valid entries. And as soon as the market will provide to us one of our valid entries, we will be taking a nice short with a very good risk to reward and very good probability for the move to the downside and completion of the pattern. Now, if you enjoyed this free analysis and education, make sure you drop a like and a comment. It really does support the creation of more free education and analysis for all of you. And I will see you in the next video. And always remember, trading is reactive, not predictive. So we first need to see clearly a deceleration inside of this area before we can be looking for any shorting opportunity.